You're going about your day, maybe doing something completely ordinary, something safe, something that should feel neutral or even peaceful, and suddenly your body tightens. Your chest constricts. Your stomach churns. Your breath becomes shallow, quick, like you've been running even though you've been sitting still. There's this feeling rising inside you, this sense of urgency, of wrongness, of needing to do something or fix something or escape something. But you don't know what. You look around for the source. You scan your thoughts, your circumstances, your environment, searching for what could be causing this feeling. But there's nothing. Nothing you can name. Nothing you can point to and say, this is why I feel this way. And that makes it even worse, doesn't it? Because at least if you knew what was wrong, you could do something about it. At least if there was a clear reason, a logical explanation, you could address it. But when your body is reacting to stress you can't even name, when you're flooded with sensations that have no obvious cause, you end up feeling confused, frustrated, maybe even scared of your own body. This is such a disorienting experience. To feel so much without understanding why. To be overwhelmed by sensations that seem to come out of nowhere. Your heart races. Your hands tremble. Your jaw clenches. Your shoulders rise toward your ears. There's a tension running through you like an electric current, and you can't shut it off because you don't know what turned it on. You might try to rationalize it. You might search through your recent experiences, your interactions, your responsibilities, trying to find something that could explain this response. Did someone say something that upset you? Is there a deadline you forgot about? Is there some danger lurking that you're not consciously aware of? But the more you search, the more frustrated you become, because there's nothing there. Nothing that matches the intensity of what your body is feeling. And so you start to wonder if something is wrong with you. If your body is overreacting. If you're being irrational or too sensitive or somehow broken. But here's what I want you to know, gently and without judgment. Your body is not broken. It's not malfunctioning. It's not overreacting. It's responding. It's doing exactly what it was designed to do, which is to keep you safe. The confusion comes from the fact that your body and your conscious mind are not always on the same page. Your mind might be thinking about what you need to buy at the grocery store or what you're going to have for dinner, completely unaware of any threat. But your body, your nervous system, is responding to something else, something deeper, something that your conscious awareness hasn't caught up to yet, or maybe something that your conscious mind doesn't even register as significant. Because your body remembers things your mind has forgotten. Your body holds information that never made it into words, into narrative, into the kind of memory you can recall and examine. Your body learned over time, through repeated experiences, what to be afraid of, what to watch out for, what sensations and cues signal danger. And now, even when your conscious mind is calm, even when your life is objectively safe, your body can still be reacting to those old signals, those old patterns, those old threats that may no longer exist, but that your nervous system still expects. Let's talk about what this actually means. When you were younger, especially if you grew up in an environment that was unpredictable or emotionally unstable or in any way threatening, your nervous system learned to stay alert. It learned to read subtle cues in your environment, in the people around you, in order to anticipate danger before it fully arrived. Maybe you learned to sense a shift in someone's tone of voice, a change in their facial expression, a certain kind of silence that meant anger was building. Maybe you learned that calm could turn to chaos without warning, that safety was temporary, that you needed to stay vigilant even when things seemed okay. And so your nervous system developed a kind of early warning system, a sensitivity to cues that most people might not even notice. And that sensitivity helped you survive. It helped you navigate an environment where being caught off guard could mean getting hurt, emotionally or physically. But now, even though the environment has changed, even though you're no longer in that situation, your nervous system is still operating from that old programming. It's still scanning for those cues. It's still reacting to signals that once meant danger, even when there's no actual threat present. And here's the thing about these signals. They're often so subtle, so beneath the level of conscious awareness, that you don't even realize your body is picking them up. It might be a certain smell, a certain quality of light, a certain tone in someone's voice, a certain time of day, a certain feeling in the air. It might be something as small as the way someone looked at you, or didn't look at you. It might be a date on the calendar that your conscious mind has forgotten, but your body remembers. It might be the feeling of having nothing to do, which triggers old memories of times when calm was dangerous because it meant you weren't being vigilant enough. These cues can activate your nervous system without your conscious mind understanding why, and suddenly you're in a state of stress, of activation, of fight or flight, and you have no idea what you're fighting or fleeing from. There's also something called an unfinished stress cycle. When something stressful or threatening happens, your body prepares to respond. It floods your system with hormones, with energy, preparing you to fight or run or freeze. But in many situations, especially in childhood, you couldn't complete that response. You couldn't fight back. You couldn't run away. You had to stay, to endure, to hold it all in. And so the stress cycle never finished. The activation never discharged. The energy got trapped in your body, stored in your nervous system, waiting to be released. And now, sometimes for no apparent reason, that old activation resurfaces. Your body is trying to complete something that was left unfinished. It's trying to discharge energy that's been held for a long time. And it feels like stress, like anxiety, like something is wrong. But really, it's your body trying to heal, trying to process, trying to finish what it couldn't finish back then. And sometimes, the stress you feel isn't about anything specific at all. It's just the baseline state your nervous system has learned to maintain. If you spent years in a state of chronic stress, chronic vigilance, chronic activation, then that state became your normal. Your nervous system adapted to it. It learned to operate from that heightened place. And now, even when there's nothing stressful happening, your body defaults to that familiar state because it's what feels normal, even though it's exhausting. It's like your nervous system is stuck in high gear, always running, always alert, always ready for something, even when there's nothing to be ready for. And your conscious mind is left trying to make sense of it, trying to find a reason for this feeling. Because surely there must be a reason, right? But sometimes, the reason is simply that your body hasn't yet learned how to exist in a state of calm. It hasn't yet learned that it's safe to turn down the alarm, to relax the vigilance, to rest. All of this can be so confusing and frustrating, especially when other people don't understand. When they tell you to just relax, or ask you what you're so stressed about, or suggest that you're overthinking things. When they imply that you should be able to control this, that you should be able to just calm down, that you're being irrational. But you're not being irrational. Your body is responding to real information, even if that information is coming from the past rather than the present. Your body is trying to protect you in the only way it knows how. And the work, the gentle work, is not to force yourself to calm down or to shame yourself for feeling this way. The work is to help your body understand that it's safe now, to help your nervous system learn that the old patterns, the old vigilance, the old activation are no longer necessary. And that happens not through willpower or positive thinking, but through repeated experiences of safety, through gentle attention to your body, through learning to be with the sensations without needing to fix them or make them go away. So let's do that together, right now. Let's take a moment to step out of the confusion, out of the searching for reasons, and just be with what is. You don't need to understand why you feel this way. You don't need to have a clear cause or explanation. Just notice what's actually here, in this moment. If you feel comfortable, let your eyes soften or close, and bring your attention to your breath. Not to change it, just to notice it. Where is your breath right now? Is it high in your chest? Is it shallow? Is it quick? Just notice. There's no need to judge it or fix it. Just notice. And see if you can follow one full breath. Follow the inhale as it enters your body. Follow the exhale as it leaves. And as you exhale, see if you can let it be just a little longer, just a little softer, like you're releasing something you've been holding without even knowing it. Now, bring your attention to your body. Start with the most obvious sensations. Where do you feel tension? Where do you feel tightness? Maybe it's in your chest. Maybe it's in your stomach. Maybe it's in your shoulders, or your jaw, or your throat. Just notice. You don't need to do anything about it. Just notice where your body is holding stress, and see if you can bring some gentle attention there, like you're offering that part of you some presence, some kindness. Place a hand there if you'd like. Feel the warmth of your hand. Feel the contact. And just breathe into that place. You're not trying to make the sensation go away. You're just acknowledging it. You're saying, I feel you. I'm here with you. You're not alone. And as you sit with this, you might notice that your mind wants to jump in. It wants to figure out why you feel this way. It wants to analyze and solve and make sense of things. And that's okay. Just notice that impulse. Notice the mind doing what it does. And gently, without force, bring your attention back to the body, back to the sensations, back to the breath. Because the body speaks a different language than the mind. The body doesn't need explanations. It needs presence. It needs to be felt, to be acknowledged, to be met with compassion instead of judgment. Now, let your attention come to the space around you. Feel the surface beneath you. Maybe you're sitting, maybe you're lying down. Feel the weight of your body being held. You don't have to hold yourself up. Something is supporting you. The chair, the bed, the floor, the earth. You are held. You are connected. And maybe if it feels okay, press down gently into that surface. Feel the way it presses back. Feel that support, that solidity. You are not floating in space. You are here, grounded, connected to something stable. And now, look around the room you're in. Let your eyes move slowly, taking in what's here. Notice the colors. Notice the shapes. Notice the objects. A window, a plant, a lamp, a wall. These things are just here, being what they are, with no urgency, no demand, no threat. They're just present. And you can be present too. You can let yourself be here, in this moment, without needing to understand everything, without needing to have all the answers. This moment is enough. You are enough. And even though your body is carrying stress, even though there's activation moving through you, you are safe right now. Right here. Right now. You are safe. You might need to remind yourself of this many times. You might need to come back to this practice again and again, because the old patterns are strong. The habit of searching for danger, the habit of staying activated, the habit of expecting threat, these run deep. But each time you come back, each time you bring gentle attention to your body, each time you connect with the present moment instead of getting lost in the confusion, you're teaching your nervous system something new. You're showing it that it's okay to relax, that it's okay to let down the guard, that stress doesn't always need a reason, and that you can be with the sensations without needing to solve them or fix them or figure them out. Over time, with practice, you'll start to develop a different relationship with these moments. When your body reacts to stress you can't name, you won't panic quite so much. You won't spiral into confusion or self-judgment. You'll recognize it for what it is. You'll say to yourself, oh, my nervous system is activated. My body is responding to something. And instead of searching desperately for the cause, instead of trying to force yourself to calm down, you'll know what to do. You'll place a hand on your chest. You'll take a slow breath. You'll feel your feet on the ground. You'll look around the room and remind yourself that you're safe. And slowly, gently, your nervous system will start to settle. Not because you forced it, but because you met it with presence, with compassion, with the understanding that your body is not the enemy. Your body is trying to help you, even when it feels like it's working against you. And here's something else that might happen. As you practice being with your body in this way, as you learn to listen to it without judgment, you might start to notice patterns. You might start to recognize, oh, this feeling comes up when I'm around certain people, or in certain situations, or at certain times of day. You might start to understand the subtle cues that your body is responding to, even if your conscious mind hasn't been aware of them. And that understanding can be helpful. Not because you need to avoid those cues, but because you can start to see that your body's response makes sense. That it's not random. That there's a logic to it, even if it's a logic based on old experiences rather than current reality. And with that understanding comes compassion, comes the ability to say, of course my body reacts this way. Of course it's sensitive to this. Of course, it's still protecting me from something that once hurt me. And I can thank it for trying to keep me safe, and I can also show it gently that I'm safe now. This is the work. This is the healing. Not forcing yourself to feel differently. Not shaming yourself for being sensitive or reactive or stressed. Not trying to be someone you're not, but learning to be with yourself exactly as you are in this moment. Learning to meet your body's responses with curiosity instead of criticism. Learning to offer yourself the kind of gentle, attuned presence that your nervous system is seeking. Because what your body needs most is not to be fixed. It needs to be felt. It needs to be heard. It needs to know that you're here, that you're paying attention, that you're not going to abandon it or judge it or try to force it into submission. And when your body feels that presence, that acceptance, that compassion, it can start to relax. It can start to trust. It can start to let go of the old patterns, the old vigilance, the old stress that it's been carrying for so long. So if your body reacts to stress you can't name, if you find yourself overwhelmed by sensations that don't make sense, if you feel activated and confused and don't know why, please know that you're not alone. Please know that this is not a sign that something is wrong with you. This is your body doing what it was trained to do in an environment that required it. This is your nervous system trying to protect you, even when the danger is no longer present. And you can help it learn a new way. You can teach it slowly and patiently that it's safe to relax, that it's safe to let go, that you're here paying attention, taking care of things, that it doesn't have to carry this burden alone anymore. You are learning. You are healing. And that is enough. You are enough. And in this moment, right now, you are safe.